Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Mardiana Binti Haji. My matric number is 199602. Before starting my slide, I would like to inform that there is a few changes to the title given from livestock movement tracking and analysis employing long-range RFID towards animal farm digitalization to performance evaluation and analysis of long-range RFID under RFID tags under high temperature condition. This change was made with the consent of my supervisor after a discussion of the problem and constraint faced by myself. The scope of the FYP project is still in the same study area, which is LoRa RFID. However, the scope is narrowed from the use of software and hardware to hardware completely. Due to the change of title, the objective also changed slightly. The first objective is design and set up experimentally long-range RFID tags and reader to collect data under high temperature condition, to record a performance and analysis data collected from experiment for range LoRa for propagation angle from reading various tags, to define what parameter involved of heating process and provide a dashboard for data analysis purpose, to evaluate and performance of RFID tags in high temperature condition and record the related parameter. This is also a research question. How to set up the experiment in order to get the correct result? How can LoRa RFID be tested in general? How to make sure the RFID tag always reliable endurance in all condition environment? How to define in what high temperature condition will affect the performance of RFID tag? To conduct the LoRa RFID tag experiment in high temperature condition, 4 scope of work have been determined. The first one is propose suitable test method and determine the parameter used to the test LoRa RFID tag in high temperature condition. Determine the experimental measurement setup for the evaluation process later. Perform the experiment and record the measurement based on the test method. Analyze, evaluate, and showing dashboard for the measurement result. Here is also the research strategy and methodology. The first one is review of literature review and existing approach of data for use of LoRa RFID application. Determine what parameter of high temperature that can affect reading of LoRa RFID tag. Manual experimental setup to find the read range, angle, propagation and collation in high temperature condition. Quantitative method, collect as much as reading data as possible, analyze and compare. Evaluation metric, network reliability, RSSI and SNR, transmission rate, durability, propagation, power consumption, development of appropriate methodologies and model. The last one is use case identification and feasibility study of the development method. During the experiment that said earlier, there are experimental results that are the cornerstone to more in-depth testing of performance, evaluation and analysis of long-range RFID tags under high temperature condition later. Experiment was made in lab. Distance was set up to 16 meter. According to datasheet, read range device up to 25 meter. Among the parameters that have been recorded on the RFID reader display are RSSI level, time taken of reading data in millisecond, count number until reading data collected, and distance of RFID reader and tag. Experiments were also performed on 2 tags from the same group in tagging as tag number 1 and tag number 2. Each 1 meter distance test, 3 readings were recorded. The result of those readings were taken as average reading. From this tag reading table number 1, the distance is proportional to the RSSI level. It can almost be seen that the further the tag position from the reader, the lower the RSSI level reading. Similarly, the distance graph below is proportional to the time taken. The further the tag position, the longer the time taken from reading. The reading pattern was also recorded almost identically for tag experiment number 2. Through the experiment, the initial question arises regarding tag in high temperature condition. What is the condition of the tag if used in that environment? Could the reading level become less or vice versa? Apart from that, based on the result of this first experiment, will also be developed for testing RFID tag in high temperature condition. Apart from recording data, other observations were also recorded as below. During the test, some observation recorded is position of tag and reader antenna to each other, polarize of tag and reader antenna, shape of tag and reader antenna, interference, and physical disturbance. Another observation, based on the two tables above, distance play a fairly important role in RSSI level reading as well as a time taken. This makes the distance parameter as the main parameter also in tag experiment in high temperature condition later. The main point of changing the title and scope of the study is to assist in the benefit and small contribution to further research related to the use of RFID in Malaysia. Therefore, a specific experiment that is considered appropriate to have an impact on the use of RFID in Malaysia in particular. This specialization is more to readability of reader and RFID tag and studies the condition, durability, reliable ability of tag withstanding heat condition. The parameter to be tested is whether the tag durability decrease performance at one heat level. There is a cut-off Celsius and so on. Whether the slow tag can be detected when the temperature is hot, and other questions are told to suit the requirement of further experiment. That's all my presentation. That's all my presentation. I apologize if there is a lack of information content delivery from me. Thanks to both examiners, Prof. Fazirul and Prof. Kamaria, my supervisor, Prof. Aliani, who helped me a lot and gave me encouragement, and FYP coordinator, Prof. Hafiz. Thank you again. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.